Okay guys, we're going to take a look at some more probability problems from your homework. Your homework was starting on page 609. So let's take a look at number 1 here. Number 1 says to find the probability of a marigold seed. When we have all the information that's above, it says to write it as a fraction, a decimal, and a percent. Okay, so the first thing we need to know is that there are 250 seeds in the bag. And if we read the directions, it tells us that 68 of them are marigolds. Okay, so we can actually divide both of these numbers by 2 in order to reduce them. So we get 34 over 125 for our lowest terms fraction. The directions also say to write your answer as a decimal and as a percent. So to find that, we just, with our calculator, we do 34 divided by 125, and that gets us 0.272. And then as a percent, all we do, if you remember, we just move our decimal 2 spots to the right, so we get 27.2%. Okay, so those would be your 3 answers expected for those. For the next section, number 7 through 9, this is a little bit different than what we've seen before. Again, you'll have to read the directions to get all this information, but basically we've got a 12-section spinner, and we want to know the probability of not landing on a 2. Okay, if you look back in your example on page 608, it talks about the complement of an event. Basically what we do is we take 100% of the events, or 12 out of 12, because it's a 12-sided spinner. We subtract from it the probability of a 2. Okay, and it seems a little bit counterintuitive because it says we want to know the probability of not landing on a 2. But if we subtract the probability of a 2 from all of the possible outcomes, that's going to give us the probability of not landing on a 2, which would be 11 out of 12. And that's all you have to do for that one. You don't actually have to express that as a decimal or a percent. Last one I want to take a look at is number 11. The only difference with this is it's experimental probability. You just have to add up the total results. So number 11 says find the probability of a kid going to bed at 9:30 based on all the kids that were surveyed. So you have to look at your table there. 36 kids went to bed at 9:30, and then you have to figure out how many kids are total or were surveyed in total, and you just add all those up to get 171. And this is kind of a tricky answer here because it doesn't look like these two numbers have anything in common, but in fact they do. If we divide each of these numbers by 9, we would get 4 over 19, which again is our probability in lowest terms. We do not need to find that as a percent or as a decimal. So just 3 quick examples there, guys, on how to do your homework. If you do have some questions, you can always come on in the morning. Thanks for watching.